Excuse me, but is that a fucking piranha?
Hello and welcome to the final podcast, the last podcast you will ever listen to. We are the creators of the Spooky Pit, the innovators of the Passion Bump, and we take you down the darkest rabbit holes of all things horror.
Welcome, spooky bitches. We review horror movies and fuck them with comedy. We're your final bros, Bryan, Hotboy LaGrosta, and Shane, basically Smith, and we are joined, as always, by our Scream Queen, Jen, the producer. And in studio today, we actually are given the immense pleasure of having a Thuman's hot dog in human form. Mike, so happy to have you here.
I'm back, and they haven't killed me yet.
Mikey Bratwurst, alive in the flesh.
It's crazy.
Today's the day.
Back for today. It's going to be a great show today.
Yeah.
Is that why you brought your own drink?
Always do.
Listen, you jamokes. That's not a racist word, right?
That's just a word.
I'm offended.
Listen. We're in week 3 of the Summer Shandy.
Hold on.
The Summer Shandy, and we are doing Piranha 3D.
What was it, Jamokes?
Yeah, I don't think it is. We are doing Piranha 3D. Third week of the Summer Shanty. We're coming off of a movie.
We're coming off something.
Yeah.
And I mean, I like the CGI is much better, but it's like flavorful.
Is it?
No, but I found the definition.
Is it like a jabroni? I just figured it's like another word for jabroni.
Jamokes is slang for an ordinary, unimpressive, or inept person.
Love it.
I love to insult my audience. I know it's insulting.
That's what it's going to say on your headstone, Shane.
Jamoke.
I love the idea of doing like creature feature flicks. I
Me
loved
too.
it when we did it last November. I'm loving it so far through 3 weeks, even though some of the movies, I mean, you have Jaws and you have Shark Night. So, I mean, like, but
Yeah.
they're fun. And this is definitely a fun one. Similar to Jaws, 2 similarities. You know, this is like the same thing where they don't want to close up a town infested with, you know, these piranhas because it's a huge moneymaker. Yeah. Similar to Jaws, like with the 4th of July, except this is spring break.
I feel like piranhas are harder to prove.
Except for this case. I mean, like...
It was pretty easy. They prove it pretty quickly.
Yeah, piranhas also don't naturally occur in lakes.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Where do you find piranhas?
The
Amazon.
river of the Amazon.
I learned that from
Okay.
Finding Nemo.
Tribes.
Tribes?
But also, I was going to say my second similarity, they both have Richard Dreyfuss.
Yes, they do. Mm-hmm. And should we just jump into the Spooky Pit since Richard Dreyfuss opens the movie?
Okay.
Oh, that's true.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
Wow.
I like it.
Yeah.
I have a quarter chub.
Okay.
We're going to get that baby bigger.
Guess we're going in. Okay, Piranha 3D, released in 2010. Richard Dreyfuss's beer ends up killing an entire town. This film was directed by Alexander Aja, and it stars Elizabeth Shue as Julie Forrester, Jerry O'Connell, the great Jerry O'Connell, as Derek Jones, Ving Rhames as Deputy Fallon, Christopher Lloyd as Mr. Carl Goodman, Stephen R. McQueen as Jake Forrester, Jessica Sozer as Kelly, and Adam Scott, yes, he's in this, as Novak.
Yeah, so I wanted to jump right into the Spooky Pit because I felt like if we're going to talk about Richard Dreyfuss, we might as well just jump into the movie because he's only in the opening of the movie. So
I feel so bad for him.
I love it.
I feel sorry because I'm like, this poor man just wanted a fishing day.
And he inadvertently caused
the
this
death of
whole
thousands
thing to happen.
Yeah. Well, there's a moral here. Don't litter.
True.
Even though it was an accident.
It was totally an accident.
Yeah.
You just got to drink your beer before you litter.
You got to be very cautious because that was at the edge of his like little
boat,
a little rowboat, right?
A little dinghy, as some would call it.
Word, dinghy. I love your dinghy. You got such a good dingus.
So
dinghy.
This movie is so extra in their props because the crew, because like just like off the top, because we're not gonna talk about this when these scenes come up because I just will forget. But the production crew estimated that 75,000 gallons of fake blood were used every day.
Yeah, it's a blood fest,
which is insane.
This is, I believe, up there, like a top 5 bloodiest movies of all time in terms of what they use. Like it's like just behind like Dead Alive or something like that.
Was it this movie? It was either this movie or Piranha 3 Double D that was the record.
Maybe it was this one that broke Dead Alive's record for blood
it was
use.
this one.
It was this one.
Yeah,
Okay.
And then like they also use 1,112 boats for the massacre scene later.
Yeah, that massacre scene is like 15 minutes long, and it is just brutal.
And I'm like, why did you need 1,112 boats? Like,
I think it's also for like they probably used it for just like getting shots and stuff. Like,
Most
I
likely,
feel
yeah.
it was for a production crew.
it definitely was, but that scene I felt was like a little too long at some points. I mean,
I loved it.
some of the scenes were pretty great, but some of like the random, like, I'm like, okay, I'd rather see the girl get her like scalp taken off versus that. Like, I
That
don't
was
know.
okay. So
That
that's the
scene was
thing.
Fucking brutal.
We'll
This
get into
movie
it,
doesn't
but-
just give you piranha kills in that scene. They're like, it's very, I guess it's not realistic. It's realistic in that people are just dying from everything, which is what I would feel would happen in a panic.
Literally births Todd, the serial killer, who just uses his motorboat and just runs through like fucking 40 tourists.
It's one of my favorite parts of the whole movie.
Yeah. Also, this movie's extras, I don't think they gave direction on how to act in the background because there's certain people that are like legitimate. There's a guy in one of the scenes, we'll just talk about it real quick, where the thing is capsizing where the wet t-shirt contest is, and the guy does this like, and just falls into the, he like does a vibration into the water.
They truly just got like, I wonder what university they just plugged a bunch of
That's
kids
what I was
from.
thinking. They just went to a college and like, hey, does anyone want to be an extra in my movie? And because there's just people shouting at like nothing. There's like a man looking at the set and just like shouting at it. It's insane.
Yeah, this is Tits and Blood, the movie, for sure. Like, this is,
I mean, what's better than tits and
it's a
blood?
very graphic movie.
I mean, very artistic tits.
Oh, the underwater tit mermaid scene, beautiful, well shot.
Remember that time we did that?
I didn't even know if that was real. I'm sure it was, but like these girls are underwater for a fucking long time.
I'm sure.
They
well,
could
yeah.
also be the women that you get that are professional mermaids that can stay underwater for a long time.
I think
I'm
they
gonna
actually
say
trained.
these really.
I think they trained for like the whole.
What are the
breath.
what are
that.
the odds that they find professional mermaids who happen to have been porn stars?
It's possible. I mean, one's a porn star, one's a naked model, so maybe they are good at holding their breath. We'll have to interview porn stars. We didn't ask Alexis Texas on Alexis Texas Chainsaw Massacre Month about that kind of
we
thing,
forgot.
but we kind of fucked up.
We forgot.
I'm sure they're used to blocking off their.
What are the odds?
windpipe.
What are the odds she'll talk to us again?
This is like our childhood, the movie as well, because I feel like you've jerked off to a lot of women in this movie in your past.
I mean, maybe.
And several of the piranhas.
And Christopher Lloyd.
No, but I'm gonna say at least 3 of the 4 people in this room have jerked off to a porn star in this movie at some point in time.
I know I have.
Yeah.
I've jerked off to all of the porn stars that were in this movie.
Sorry, Benanti, you're not counted in this.
No,
When
no.
you jerk off 7 times a day in your childhood, I mean, you're going to hit a lot of different range.
Yep.
I've also had some jerked off in like 8 years since. But
There's a cooling off
You
period.
just
long cooling off period.
you just used up all your chances in that 1 year.
Yeah, because all my cum is now on my brother's rug. That crust field. The truth.
Sorry, Dame.
And the shampoo bottles.
And my shampoo bottles. So I just hit that trajectory. Because I used to have like these ropes. You know, there's 2 things I love. Like, you know, ropes. Daryl Strawberry, he used to hit ropes. He also used to do ropes. Catch my drift? Was it Coke or weed? Actually, I have no idea.
Yeah, he was a Coke guy.
Had to be Coke. I love Coke.
Speaking of Coke, Richard Dreyfuss is
So
in
does
this boat.
Shane.
And this boat is going to start going into a whirlpool because of the beer bottle that has caused a fissure in the earth.
Wonderful 2010 CGI. I'm sure they went comical for a reason, but it kind of works. I mean, you see this beer like, and they like do like an outer shot
Yeah.
of it just like actually just literally splitting the land.
Yeah. And he's going to go in the whirlpool. He's going to fall into the whirlpool. And then you're going to see these piranhas come out of the earth and just start eating Richard Dreyfuss in what I can only call deep blue sea levels of CGI.
The CGI is insane. They're just like, he looks like a fucking meatball that's just getting picked at by a bunch of piranhas.
And it's weird because like you look at it and you're like, all right, is it just 2010 CGI or is it like the 3D aspect of it? Because when they try and convert it,
both.
it's weird.
Yeah, it's both.
Some of it is the fact that it's supposed to be in 3D, so it doesn't look good without the 3D.
But like for like a movie like this, like there's ways that it could work and then ways it doesn't work, but it works. You know,
No, because it's going for a comedy aspect, so it always works.
because of that, and because it executes on the humor. Like if it didn't execute on the humor, this would be a shit movie.
Oh yeah.
But because of the fact that it's funny, it's like it's a parody. Like you take it as it is and it completely flows.
Yeah,
fluid.
it's very funny. So we're gonna cut away from that. We're gonna see people partying. It's spring break. The
fucking Swayze's hitting, dude.
Swayze plays so much in this movie. We learn that the people of this town are called the Sand Rats, which you think they would have came up with a better name.
I didn't even see sand. Is there sand in this movie? Did I miss the sand?
Yeah, on the beach.
Okay.
The beach that we really don't visit.
When the little girl walks into the water, it's just rocks, so I didn't see any sand.
Maybe it is just rocks. They should have been called the Rock Rats.
Yeah, of course, Shane.
Was that a good joke?
No.
Did it land?
It was pretty bad.
That's all right.
All right, I'll take all right. So we're going to see this boy and girl talking. They are our main boy and girl. I forgot both their names.
I think it's Jake and Kelly.
Yes, Jake and Kelly.
I just kept calling the main character Shane from middle school.
Yo.
It looks exactly like the picture
You know
your
what?
mom has on the wall.
It's crazy because I was thinking the same thing. I'm
Okay.
like, this is literally
He
Shane
has
with
the
his long
same
hair.
pointy hair.
Yeah.
Look, my hair was very pointy back in the day.
Jake Forrester is another Shane Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The many faces of Shane Smith.
He's a very, we don't need to do one of those
You
videos,
little
but
sand rat.
well, this sand rat is gonna realize Kelly has a boyfriend that she's gonna go to a concert with because he has backstage passes.
That would be Todd.
Yes, and we're not worried about Todd because Jerry O'Connell is gonna show up, Dennis, and he's gonna recruit the sand rat as a location scout.
Why does everybody hate the fact that this guy's wearing a Death to the Pixie shirt? It's a great fucking shirt. Yeah, he's going to recruit him because he's gabbing it up with Kelly Brook.
Yeah, who's looking super hot.
Sure.
I'm just gonna throw it out
Yeah.
there. Oh, you're not. You can't.
She's a model, of course.
Her accent's hot, too.
She's definitely like Australian or maybe
I think
something
British.
Like that.
They're British.
Same shit.
Yeah.
Oi,
close, right?
tea and crumpets,
Like
mate.
British with good teeth, though.
Holy
That was a mixture of both British and Australian because, like I said, tea and crumpets, but I also said mate.
Jerry O'Connell is fucking legendary in this movie.
He is.
He's like an out of control cokehead.
Yeah.
Kind of like what you should be.
He basically is playing the actual guy from Girls Gone Wild because his company is called Wild Wild Girls. And yeah, so he just wants to film these two girls. He wants to find all the hot spots like Brian did when he used to film movies like The Gooch,
He
not
has-
a porno.
He has a schedule and he needs a location. He needs a sand rat to guide him through because his scout bailed on him.
Yes.
And this is going to be a big shoot. He's got everything planned all up until, the big wet t-shirt contest, of course, hosted by one and only Eli Roth.
Yes. Also should point out, Jerry O'Connell's cameraman is Paul Scheer from The League.
Yeah, he's great. I love him.
So funny.
They throw in so many people like this, and it's awesome.
Literally fantastic. By the way, Adam Scott was like in second season of Parks and Rec at this point because this is 2010, right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
he was just getting
Started,
popular.
just-
Did he do Step Brothers yet? He's coming off of Step
2008,
Brothers, right?
coming off. But no, I forgot. He comes at the end of season 2 of Parks and Rec.
Yeah, him and Rob Lowe coming at the same time. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the sheriff and Ving Rhames, and they're investigating the disappearance of Richard Dreyfuss.
By the way, the sheriff, I just want to say, is Elizabeth Shue, who literally is a scream queen. So
yeah, she is. What movie, though?
we reviewed something with her. You're right. I can't think of it.
Yeah,
let me look her up.
as you
real
said
quick.
it, I was like, yeah.
Wait, I have
and then
it.
I was like, wait, I have no idea what movie we're talking
We
about.
literally reviewed something with her.
Yeah, I have it. Let me see.
What movie?
Please jog my memory.
We didn't watch The Saint yet, right?
No.
No, but she's done multiple. But I definitely know we watched a movie where she was younger.
She's done so much. Not Death Wish. There's so many movies.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, she was younger. She was doing newer movies. And speaking of newer things, so
Did we do House at the End of the Street?
no,
No.
No, but
that's
she was
with,
in that.
That's with what's her name?
Yeah, you got it.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
Mystique, right? She plays Mystique.
I think it-
Speaking of new things, my girlfriend has taken up cycling, which is just another way of saying I'm fucking other guys. And also, I've taken up new things too. I might be 31 years too late on this, but I've actually started wiping my ass sitting down on the toilet. I've always done it standing up, but I realized it's a little bit maybe messier. And when I sit down, I maybe average 3 to 4 wipes as opposed to the 8 or 9 from standing up.
So what you're saying is it's not okay to stand up. It's okay to sit down. But what about like a hybrid?
Oh, you do
You
like
do
a
like a
you do like a
squat.
crouch?
Yeah.
You wipe your ass crouched?
Yeah, kind of.
Wow.
I do the sitting down method, and then I stand up
I
and get
don't-
one last wipe in.
One final wipe.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
think we've watched any of her horror movies.
No, but she is in Hollow Man, and she is in
Yeah.
Hide and Seek.
Yeah. She's
But we
in
haven't
House
reviewed
at,
any of
she's
her
in
movies.
House at the End of the Street, Hide and Seek, Hollow Man, Piranha, Mysterious Skin, Firstborn, Link, Death Wish, and The Unearthed.
Seeing as we're going to go down the Elizabeth Shue rabbit hole. Oh, she did do Leaving Las Vegas. That is right.
Yeah.
So while you guys are looking that up, like, does Ving Rhames is he in any movie that he doesn't play a badass?
She's also in the.
I don't think so.
She's currently in the
Amazon
Amazon Prime's
Chuck
The
and Larry.
Boys.
Okay.
Which is actually
still plays a
really
badass.
fucking good.
No, he just plays a.
He's like an
ass that gets
imposing-
pounded.
Oh,
Yo.
yeah. You're not wrong.
No, but yeah, Ving Rhames, he's always a badass. And he's going to be a badass in this scene because he's going to let Elizabeth Shue reach into the water and see if she finds a dead body while he stands behind her. She's going to fall into the water, and then the dead body's actually going to assault her. Mm-hmm. It, like, literally creeps up behind her and puts his chin on her back, as you used to do.
Yeah, so it
You
looks
used
like
to just do that to people, right? You just go and be
Elizabeth,
like,
I still do it to
Elizabeth
Mike
Shue
J
is
all the
definitely
time.
not
Yeah.
a scream queen because she's in a lot of shitty horror movies, actually. Really bad
all right,
ones.
so we're taking away her Scream Queen title.
I'm revoking her, but I definitely remember her.
It's just been revoked.
She's like
How's
a
the end of the
scream princess.
She's been doing them later in her career. She did a few early on, but I really never like heard them too much. We did watch her as a young girl on Leaving Las Vegas because she played that whore,
She did.
that hooker bitch,
She did. It's literally her role.
and Nicolas Cage played that fucked up bitch.
Yeah. He was just a
He's-
druggie who wanted to kill
he's
himself in Las Vegas.
Legitimately, like what? Again, he's like the Jerry. He's what you should be, a fucking ginormous cokehead, a coke fiend.
That's kind of sick on your part.
Come on, Shane.
But speaking
Come
of
on,
sick,
Shane, be flexible.
they're going to find Richard Dreyfuss's body, and he's dead. So we know he's dead, and they're going to report on that. They're also going to... They mention, I think, in this scene that they have these scientists coming to...
Geologist, dude.
Geologists, is that what they are?
They're experiencing huge seismic activity.
Yes,
and
and they're going to come investigate.
They're really divers, to be honest with you. They're divers, but
Yeah,
I guess the geodivers.
sure.
It's basically the star of Desperate Housewives and fucking Dina Meyer.
Is that who that guy is?
Yep,
I didn't know that. Adam Scott comes with them, too.
correct.
Then we're going to cut to a scene of a guy jumping off a cliff and getting eaten by piranhas.
Yeah,
Literally,
we went back.
that's the scene.
He should have literally just done a backflip and got eaten by a very tiny piranha. That would have been hilarious.
Also want to know, why would this guy jump off a cliff without anyone else around him or with him? Like, that seems dangerous. Like, unless it was a suicide attempt and the piranhas aided in it.
I don't know.
I mean, it's just rather just kind of worse.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not good either way, but
No.
I don't know. It just seemed like fun. I don't want to jump to conclusions, Shane.
Because they jumped off a cliff. Your jokes aren't as good as mine. So we're going to again cut to Jake. He's with his two siblings, and he's like, yo, you guys stay here. I'll give you my babysitting money. I need to go and be a sand rat for Jerry O'Connell.
this could be the only good thing he's good at in his entire life, like being a location scout. He really isn't good at it, though, because there are other things come up, because we notice this guy's not really good at anything. He can't land the babes. He also can't really jerk off because he leaves the door open.
That does happen. He wasn't trying to jerk off, though. I think he was studying.
The door was closed twice, and his
Dude.
mom just busted in there.
Yeah, but I don't think he was trying to jerk off.
She's
Was
like,
he?
"Ah, I got you."
Was he just doing his
He
research?
was like covering himself. Like literally, he was just trying to like. I think he was about to
So
start.
when you have done research for this podcast, you've never just gotten a boner?
I thought that was while
No.
he was watching the movies.
Yeah, the Wild Wild Girls movies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Yeah, he
doing
was on the site.
research.
Yeah. Research.
Or Gooch.
research.
Yeah, research.
Brian had a lot of discs of research in his Sly Cooper video game.
I'm glad you bring that up, because I bring it up all the time.
Planted.
I know.
Planted.
Oh, you're saying someone planted them there.
Yeah, coming from the guy who literally lit my rug on fire.
That was
Shane,
that was Mike
stop
G.
doing
Imagine
that.
sitting next to someone
was-
who's a literal arsonist.
I know. I'm feeling it right now.
Dude's an arsonist.
Shane, do you want to play with fire?
No, I'm not actually not the one he's referring to
So
as
I
the
want to.
arsonist. It's actually him.
It's actually Brian.
No, it's not. It's this sick bastard.
I have
Benanti,
Caitlin
you
on
want
my
to play with
side.
fire?
Nah.
Are you sure?
Not this
It sounds
moment.
fun.
Maybe later.
It makes sense, though.
I'll
I
get
mean,
permission from
hot
Dave.
dogs and sausages get cooked by fire, so obviously
let
you don't
us.
like
Having
to
to say this
roll
in this
around in
house?
fire.
Do you remember
If I
that time
ask,
you
you might
peed
let
in the
us.
bag of bugles?
This guy, yeah, literally handed it to my mom. This sick fuck. Imagine
Ew.
pissing in a bag and handing it to someone's mom. It takes a special human being to do that kind of bullshit.
Did she drink it?
No.
Oh my god.
No, she said, "Hey Brian, why did you hand me a bag of bugles with your piss in
She's
it?"
like, Mike, thanks for coming over. I don't want this.
Actually, she said, "Brian, why?"
Why is that?
no.
That makes me feel like she was talking to toddlers.
No.
Pretty much, even
Yeah.
though I think we were in college. So cut to the next scene, and Adam Scott's going to show up with Dina Meyer and the guy from Desperate Housewives, and they're like, yo, let's go investigate this Fisher.
Yeah.
And that's,
And he makes a bunch of crude jokes like he's 7 years old, and they go into the fissure.
yeah, they're going to go Fisher. Jake is going to meet up with Jerry O'Connell at the boat while Kelly Brook and Riley Steele is the porn star's name?
Yeah.
They're just going to be
Right.
dancing on the boat as everyone's cheering. And then Kelly's going to show up, and she's going to be like, hey, what are you doing, Sand Rat? Even though she calls him Jake.
And they've known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
So
No, she's also a sand rat.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and she's like kind of like, I don't know. They're like having a weird conversation, and then Jerry O'Connell's like, "Hey, you want to come on my boat?"
She's clearly super into him. I mean,
Yeah.
it's very obvious. I mean, obviously it's him as well, but Todd unfortunately didn't have the backstage passes to hang out with her.
No.
He lied.
So she's over it.
She's already over Todd, so she was really only in for it for the backstage
I mean,
passes.
do you know
Yeah.
any Todds that aren't like liars? I mean, come
I
on.
mean, he only told her he had basketball passes so she would go with him. So
Yeah, he's a liar.
he's a liar.
So she's gonna go with. She technically doesn't go with Jake. She technically goes with Jerry O'Connell here, because Jerry O'Connell's like, "Come on my boat," and Jake's like, "No, don't, please, don't."
He's persuasive.
Yeah, it's definitely Riley Steele.
Okay.
Because she's in stuff like Body Heat, Riley Goes Gonzo, Vixen, and Cuckold's Plight 3.
Wonder what that one's about.
let's watch.
For science, throw it on the TV.
This will be a live watch.
I've watched enough porn with Brian in my day.
70s, mostly, actually.
Yeah, in between games of
You
League.
guys need to discover hentai.
I think we're good on that.
That's like the reverse boner.
Better.
Is that when it goes inside the body?
It's like the boner that tickles your rib cage.
Oh my god.
Yeah, hentai's better.
So this is how we're going. Kelly, Jake, the two porn stars, Jerry O'Connell, Paul Shear, they're going out on the boat to do a location scout. The brother and sister are supposed to stay at the house, but they already take out a little dinghy and they go out onto the lake.
Is there a word for a human who puts the suntan lotion only on his nose?
A squid?
Okay. He's Paul Shear's squidding at the moment.
Yeah.
He's squidding.
I got rocket power, right? Then the Sam.
He did only put it on his nose.
Yeah.
I think a little bit under his eyes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Is that because that's where it gets bad?
I'm much more
I don't know.
I'm much more partial to the people that go to the beach, take their shirt off, and only spray sunblock in tiger stripes across their body.
Yeah.
So for the next month, they look like a red tiger.
Who are you making fun of?
I have no idea. I think he's
know.
trying to make a hit at me, but
Did you tiger yourself?
I think I was, and then I realized that it's a flammable can, and this guy is just gonna light up
A school.
quick match.
Oh,
Oh no!
sorry. I thought it was in the Benanti DNA.
All right, so we're getting a water ballet yet?
Arson.
Yes,
Arson.
we are actually gonna.
crime, jail time too.
They are gonna drop anchor, and we actually are gonna watch the water ballet now. So they just get super naked, and this music play. Yeah, Brian, you could do it.
We almost did
beautiful.
some form of a water ballet at one time in the hot tub.
Can one of you guys waterboard me? I always want to be waterboarded, and we talk about it all the time. Can we do a live waterboarding one day?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would Caitlin do the live waterboarding?
She might like it.
Waterboard her or have her waterboard me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing that.
We're not gonna have her waterboard you, or you waterboard her. Her. Yeah.
This is getting weird. I want you to waterboard me.
That's getting weirder.
You're the podcast husband.
it's less weird.
True,
You
true.
have to commit the
You are the
waterboard.
husband.
All right.
You
Good at
do
torture.
have
Wow,
husbandly
that's a
duties.
sick statement.
You do have
Say,
husbandly
you
duties,
have a-
Shane.
You have some experience in torture.
Okay, I will waterboard Brian.
Thank you.
So Jake's mom's gonna call while they're on the boat, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm at the house. I'm not watching mermaid ballets underwater," and she buys it somehow.
She's like, "What's all that noise back there?"
And isn't Jerry O'Connell just yelling "eat her ass" or play with her?
He's
Yeah.
in the back and he's just going, Chocha! Chocha!
Yeah.
I'm like, that's perfect.
Yeah, it's he's kind of blowing up Jake's spot now while he's on the phone. And, Jerry O'Connell, even when he finds out that he's on the phone with his mom, he's like, "Mother, mom." Yeah. It's like no one has moms.
Can she join?
She's perfectly fine with him just not speaking to her, too. She's like, what's going on? He's like,
Sounds
She's
reasonable.
like, sounds good. All right. Have a good day.
So the mom is basically just saying to keep the kids away from the lake, but we already know they're on the lake. And at this moment, then Jake is going to go out of the boat And he's going to realize Kelly's missing. Where's Kelly? She was out on the raft. She ain't on the raft no more. Kelly!
No, not around.
Where'd she go?
Except she is around. She's actually just like right on.
But he jumps off the boat, and then she's on the boat.
Yeah, I know.
So how did he miss her? The boat ain't that big. Because he walked out of the
been
one
in the
room.
bathroom.
Maybe that. Okay. We'll say she's in the bathroom.
Nobody else responded.
Yeah. So we do find her. She is on the boat, so he's going to swim back to the boat. Then we're going to see that the boy and the girl are on an island. They didn't dock their boat well, so it is floated away.
Horribly. And marooned?
Marooned, I think is the word. She's going to step on the rocks, because there isn't sand, as Benanti has pointed out, but she's going to also step on some glass, cut her foot open a little bit, little foot cut.
Yeah.
It's going to attract some piranha.
Yeah. They love blood.
Yeah.
The bite draws the blood, and the blood brings the pack.
But you got to emphasize it more.
The blood brings the pack.
Yeah. Dude, Christopher Lloyd.
Takes you back to 1985.
I love Christopher Lloyd.
He goes insane in those scenes. Insane.
I love him.
Which we're going to be getting to soon, because we're actually going to cut to Dina Meyer, Housewives, and Adam Scott, and Elizabeth Shue on a boat. Dina Meyer and Housewives are going to jump down into the water, and they're going to go literally into the fissure.
They're going through caves. Yeah.
Would you dive into the fissure? Like, that seems dangerous.
It seems like their job.
Because
I know,
what
but
if the fissure closes real quick?
Exactly.
As quick as it opens,
You're kind of
it closes.
fucked.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't want that job. They're more...
But, like,
well, you go.
I'm just so confused by this scene, because you think, like, as scientists, they're literally surrounded by eggs. You think you wouldn't look at them? I don't know.
But doesn't he touch one, too?
Mm-hmm.
No, he bumps into
Yeah,
it.
he touches one of the eggs, and it's like, okay.
I'm going to make a scientific statement right now on this podcast, and it's going to shock the world.
I can't fucking
Waiting
wait.
for it.
Rocks are living creatures.
Elaborate.
Well, pet
They
rocks.
move. They physically move.
You can keep them as pets, Shane.
That too.
What do you mean by they physically move?
Every million years, they move an inch. They're slow. They're incredibly slow, but they actually move from one place to another.
If you ever watched that episode of SpongeBob where they have the two snails racing, but the rock wins?
True. And there's no heartbeat, but if you put your ear close enough, you can just feel sand on your earlobe.
That makes it alive?
What do you call it? It'll brush up with sand? Little sandy pants? Pecan sandies?
Little sand rat.
Okay. This
Sand rat?
I don't even know.
You're not buying in?
I'm not buying in.
That's
But I
fucking
normally
gay.
I
Bullshit.
normally buy
If
into
you-
everything you say until this.
If you give me a French fry, I'll agree with you.
I can't wait for the Shake Shack French fries.
Yeah, right.
Oh, they're gonna hit. They are gonna
I can be bought with French fries.
I think I could too. But let's talk about eggs and Dina Meyer. And they're going to go around and they're going to, like, the Desperate Housewives guy is going to find Piranha in his face. And then he's going to, like, does he, like, light an underwater match, or, like, he just turns on a flashlight?
Flare or something?
Yeah.
Apparently flares work underwater.
Underwater, okay. So
I
They're
didn't know
waterproof.
I didn't know that was a thing.
you actually said that so confidently I bought into it instantly.
They do it throughout the movie, so I'm assuming it's real.
Okay, so he does the underwater flare, and there's piranha everywhere. Eat the guy. Dina Meyer is going to see this. She's going to start hightailing it out of there. She's getting eaten a lot. Like, you're actually going to see her eye kind of float away.
Yeah.
So you know she's not doing well. My favorite part of the scene, though, is when they're getting her back into the boat. She's clearly a decrepit blood skeleton.
Oh, yeah, clearly. And Adam Scott just brings her in, and then he's apparently shocked that she's a decrepit skeleton.
Yeah.
Dina is Dina.
Yeah, he should have thrown her back.
You need to, like, the drone.
I have this.
Great soundboard. Love it. So, yeah, but the good news is there's a piranha attached to Dina Meyer, which they're going to bring to Christopher Lloyd.
Yes, old Karl.
And he's going to be like, this particular type of piranha. He kind of does a Bernie Sanders impersonation.
Pretty much. He's like out of his mind.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to like bring back that like, I guess, retro feel from his Back to the Future character. Or the Insanity guy that he played in Cuckoo's Nest.
Or he's just playing himself.
I think he does that in every movie.
It hasn't been seen in over 10,000 years.
There's a little bit more
It has to
than
be the
that.
head shake.
Yeah,
It's the first piranha, the original one. Here, I have a fossil. I'll make it into a keychain if you give me 10 minutes. And then
You'll never lose your keys.
Yeah, it's so fucking funny.
It's all from the spaghetti western epoch. And then he fucking like goes on a rant. He loves piranhas.
He really does.
He throws it in the fish tank.
He sticks his fingers in there to prove that it just goes for the motion.
Is where he tells him,
Which is not true at all.
What, are you some kind of piranha expert?
Yeah, remember when me and Aunt Marandino got into river monsters?
Yes.
Yeah, he jumps into a pool of piranhas.
Fish on.
They won't bite him. Fish on.
So, to explain the science, and it's very difficult to articulate, but I'm going to do my best to kind of explain it. So, these piranhas were in a subterranean sleeping cocoon underneath the earth.
Yes.
And the beer hit the earth in such a way, maybe just the ripples. And this is what I'm saying, like the rock was in a slumber, obviously because we know rocks are living creatures. So the rocks moved, creating an opening for the original piranhas to come through. And they look almost very computer-generated piranhas. I would think this was CGI, but they're the real deal. Those are real piranhas.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. All real piranhas. Not a single thing of CGI was used in this film.
They literally ate Richard Dreyfuss.
It's true. So now we're going to cut back to Jerry O'Connell. And now he's filming.
Yeah, we are.
He's doing coke, but also filming Gina Michaels in like the thing, right?
Paraglider?
Yeah.
Hooked up
Paraglide.
to the jet skier, right? Or boat or something?
Yeah, it's getting kind of wild. And this is when, what's his face, is like, we have to go get my brother and sister, right? Gina Michaels up there, big tits, flopping all over with the wind. She's going in and out of the water. Eventually, piranhas.
But Shane, what's more important though? Saving your brother and sister or flying boobs?
I like Nick, so I'm going to say saving my brother.
Yeah, but like good boobs.
Are you guys going to save Damien or Scrap or Brittany or anyone?
Good boobs.
I'm saving my brother.
Yeah, I'm going to save my brother too.
Yeah, I mean, I like tits
I can always get boobs later.
as much as the next guy.
Yeah.
And seeing that my dick knows these tits pretty well, I'm good.
Yeah.
Get my brother.
Yeah, I'm going to get Nick. Yeah, I'm going to save him.
Fair enough.
So you're just going for big tits.
I didn't say that. What I will say though is if it was a choice for Maria between me and the boobs, she would save the boobs.
Yeah, I believe that. I definitely believe that.
Yeah.
She is trying to help us kill you.
It's true. But Gina Michaels is dead, by the way. She died here. She got eaten by a piranha. They missed it, though, because Sandrat interrupted with the brother-sister saving.
Yeah, he stopped filming, and Jerry O'Connell blows a gasket.
Yeah, he threatens to, like, kill him until he's like, my mom's the sheriff. And Jerry O'Connell's just like, oh.
Now, when he chokes him,
yes,
that's just some light petting, right?
Let's go, bud. That doesn't happen right now, but he's like, let's go, bud. Let's go. Let's get the kids. In a second, he's going to choke him.
What does he think could happen, even though the guy's mom's the sheriff? I don't know.
Well, the coke probably is a big no-no.
Yeah, coke on a boat.
Actually, it's international waters.
It's not. It's a lake.
International lake waters?
I don't know if there's any laws about what he's doing or, like, the shooting. I have no idea.
Did he run into her earlier in the movie?
No.
No? Okay. I don't think so.
The kid could just be bluffing his ass off.
He could, but Jerry O'Connell buys in instantly.
Also, and you know, like, a coke high can change you. Like, you get fucked up on a coke high.
I don't know any of that.
You do, don't you?
I don't.
Does your daughter?
No one knows that, except maybe you, but...
Wow, from watching you because of all your coke highs.
Yeah, sure. So Eli Roth is out. He's doing a wet t-shirt contest. Tits are everywhere. Well, like most of this movie. This movie, like you said, is just tits and blood.
I've never been to a spring break, so I have no idea if this is accurate or not.
I don't either.
Nope. No clue.
No. But
I don't think there could be this much public nudity. I don't know. Could be wrong. A lot of public
nudity. Yeah, there's plenty of it. The police are going to show up, and they're like, everyone out of the lake now. There's giant piranha.
Also, I feel like there's no way that there could be that much booze out in the ocean.
Definitely. Unless it's international waters.
Okay.
It's a lake. You can drink on a lake.
You can drink on a lake, right? Because it's international lake waters.
You can take a boat out and drink. It's like drinking while you're
you can.
operating a boat.
As long as you're not driving the boat.
As long as you're not the driver.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
like,
but everybody else on the boat
You have
can
to
drink.
drive a boat. It's like you drive a car. Am I going to take a six-pack with me in the car? You have to get a license for a boat.
Yeah, but as long as the driver is not. Water law is very weird.
I'm gonna be very sure that everybody on these boats are drinking. So
100%, even the driver.
No,
the boat is probably drinking.
Oh my God.
Well,
Is there more alcohol than blood in this movie?
no.
There might be more blood than water.
Yeah, there's definitely more blood than water. Let's get to the blood. So Jerry and Jake are going to go back and they're going to get the kids, but the boat's going to get caught on some algae.
Yeah, he's warning them. He's like, be careful for the rocks. But right now, it's getting caught on algae.
Yeah. And
Jerry O'Connell's just like, let me do it, Paul Shear.
and he's just hammering it in. And they ain't going nowhere because this is like the stiffest algae of all time. Ain't moving. Ain't moving.
And they're good.
It's really bad. And
Locked in place almost.
now we're going to cut to pandemonium at the lake because the piranhas are just going to start attacking literally everyone. There's a girl that's like sitting in a little floaty and her ass is going to get bit.
Yep.
And then
Eats her cooch.
that draws the blood and the blood draws the pack.
Eats her cooch and then brings her down.
Yeah.
It's like a downward.
Bring.
And that's not the girl where
Down fast.
that's not the girl where it eats all the way up, right?
No. That's a different girl.
Okay.
Different girl. This is just the girl that gets pulled through the floaty. So now everyone's panicking. They actually start yelling shark. And to be fair, I'd be like, it's a lake. How is there sharks? And then I realized just last week we reviewed Shark Night 3D and there's sharks on the lake.
That's true.
So it's very possible. Maybe Red was there.
Oh my God, that guy's got nice teeth, vampire. And also, not only that, Ving Rhames clearly was shouting, get out of the water, and of course, that means jump in.
Yeah, literally everyone
get
jumped in.
How
mass.
do you not jump in the water when they hit that sick playlist and the guy just reaches over and goes, hit it, Chocolate Thunder? And then they just start playing. I'm going to jump in the water.
Swayze's just hitting again, probably.
Swayze,
So it's fun.
Hadouken,
It's wet. It's wild. So I guess how's the best way to actually describe what goes on? Should we just hit like the high points of the deaths in this scene, or like?
You're the one that is going to do it, so do it.
I mean, you could do it too.
There's a lot of kills.
That's what I'm saying. Go into it.
Like I said, the one thing that in the order, there's total pandemonium. You just get like people literally just getting eaten apart.
Yeah.
They're on floaties. They're on boats. They're getting pulled and jumped out of the boat. There's people that are literally just getting run over by propellers.
Yes. So, and then there's other there's wires that were connected to the wet t-shirt contest. They snap, cut two girls in half. Mm-hmm. Eli Roth is trying to get onto a boat. He's like, give me your hand, you stupid whore. And then his head gets crushed by another boat.
That was sick. It just knocks his head off, and it's clearly not his head. It's incredible.
Can you imagine?
Smashes.
Who's the stupid whore now?
Can you imagine being the person that doesn't get eaten by the piranha? You get killed in this freak accident of boats.
Yeah.
Oh, with the wires. And
Yeah,
everything.
it just that's the shittiest way to go.
It's a boat
I
stampede.
mean, not really. That sounds like a quicker way to go than being eaten
It
alive.
is, but it's like, man.
Oh, that scalping is woof.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's brutal.
That was...
Because she screams when she scalps.
He's like watching.
It
He's
plucks
like
out her eye, dude. It's so
Yeah.
weird. Like, I
he
don't know.
sees that she's attached to it. Like she literally can't move her head, and he's like, I gotta start up this motor.
Well, he's already killed 15 people, so I don't think 16 matters much.
Yeah, 'cause,
he literally killed so many
when
people.
you see him going, you actually see people fall back and just blood shooting out of their chest.
The one thing that annoyed me, though, is he's like, get out of the way. Meanwhile, people are just flopping in front of the
Well,
boat.
they're like
There's no way
zombies.
they're getting out of the way.
He's
So
like, I
just
need those
drive over 'em.
backstage passes.
So yeah, after he scalps the girl, the boat capsizes and he instantly gets eaten.
These people don't even go in the boat. They just the boat just flips over because there's so many.
They
of
just
them.
murder him. So Todd's dead. He's dead, Todd. Ving Rhames is doing his best to help people.
He probably kills 147 fish. I mean, this guy is going probably more. He's going to town on the piranhas.
Yeah.
Which goes to tell you, there's thousands of piranhas that are coming out.
It's true. You think he dies here because he starts to get eaten
And actually goes still and looks straight
and
looks
he
dead.
looks dead. Plot twist: he's alive in the second one, just with two mechanical legs.
Absolutely correct.
And that doesn't even, the piranhas that are currently alive does not even count all the eggs that are under there.
Yeah.
This is what young Dan calls plot armor. Ving Rhames is incredible plot armor because that man would be literally picked to the bone.
No, but he is not. He is perfectly fine in the next movie.
But he's holding on to a boat engine.
Yeah,
A
the
motor.
propeller. The propeller.
The propeller, as they're literally swimming into the propeller.
Because it goes off of the idea, there's blood, it draws the pack. See?
We're going to keep doing that.
Yeah,
Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah. That's what I do.
Sounds good to me.
Thank you. So let's cut away from that. Let's go to the other area because Jake had contacted his mother. So she and Adam Scott go to save them. And they throw a line across so they could crawl from boat to boat. I will mention first that Kelly is trapped underneath. They can't get her out. The water is rising and the sunroof is broken. Now let's get to the important part. This is the worst way to possibly get people across a wire is to have all of them go at the same exact time, drooping the wire down into the water.
Yeah. Yep. They go in the way of Kelly Brook first, then the two kids, and then Elizabeth Shue, because you are not going. You're going to stay back at the boat.
Yeah.
And you want to take care of your girl.
Yeah.
Who is on the verge of death.
Yes. So Kelly Brook
cabin.
is just going to get eaten here.
Her hair is low, and they go into the hair, and then they start eating her flesh.
And they eat her
holding on.
face.
And actually, as they're picking her face, her legs are still kind of on the rope.
Yeah, until she eventually falls. Oh, one thing we actually forgot to talk about.
How good she is on a pole. She mentions it for sure.
Yeah, she's like, I can do this. No, we forgot to talk about when the boat actually crashes and Jerry O'Connell falls into the water.
Well, yeah, because again, Stephen McQueen's character, he's like, just be careful coming out. There are rocks. And when he eventually clears the algae, he does
Hit the rocks.
Hit the rocks.
Jerry O'Connell, Paul Scheer, and Misty all fall off of the boat.
Is her name Misty or Crystal?
Oh, maybe it was Crystal.
Misty's from Pokemon.
Yes. You know what it is? It's probably the mermaid theme, Staryu, all that stuff. So...
I don't see the connection.
Not at all?
Nope.
Fish, water. She's the water gym.
Moving rocks.
Yeah. So anyway, Crystal's going to get eaten. They're actually going to eat through the back of her skull and come out of her mouth. I think that's what
I was talking about.
yes.
Yeah.
So that's going to happen to her. Paul Scheer actually disappears and is never seen again until the sequel where he is best friends with Ving Rhames.
Correct. And when Riley Steele gets the fish through the old face routine, kind of see that with Katrina Bowden in 3DD.
Yeah, with the fish out. Yep.
Fish up the cooch.
Up the cooch and out the mouth. So Jerry O'Connell's going to get eaten here, but get pulled back onto the boat.
Hilarious.
And he's like, they took my dick.
This is literally hilarious because the way his body. This is like really graphic scene that is hilarious because it's literally not just like usually you see like the half cut off, but it's literally just his like
You just see
his bones.
skeleton.
Yeah.
Like literally, it's like flesh to skeleton in a cascading down to the bone, and he just looks hilarious, and he's upset that he no longer has a dick.
Which you actually see a piranha puke up his dick.
Yeah, he eats it and then pukes it up.
Oh, I missed that.
Which again,
And then eats it again.
Again, the humor works. It's funny.
And anyway, so once Kelly Brook is dead, he's like, oh, okay, I have a plan to get Kelly out from underneath the boat. He's like, I gotta put in the blood because the blood draws the pack. And he goes to Jerry O'Connell's body and he's gonna just dump him in, but then Jerry O'Connell grabs him and he's like, wet t-shirt.
Awesome. Question: do you think that he would have they would have thrown the body when they were doing the rope thing, or no?
They probably should
I
have.
thought of like why are they waiting until so late to do that?
They should have 100%. But then you don't have another body to save Kelly.
Yeah, you probably don't have time either. But I don't know if that was just like a lapse, a story thing, or just the right decision making. I don't know. I definitely thought about it. Strategy, of course.
But yeah, so he's going to get under the boat. And the plan is he grabs Kelly, they tie a rope around him, and then they hit the engine on the other boat, and it will pull them through.
That's the plan.
As they blow up the boat with flares and a propane tank.
There's several propane tanks in the boat. The thing is, as a, I guess, 17-year-old kid, or how old is he?
17.
Because I mentioned that they're younger. It's amazing how he could time the not only the timing of them bringing them, but the blast radius.
Yeah, he's a genius.
It kind of works all very well, and actually kills almost entirely the entire lake of fish.
Yeah. The plan works perfectly. They get to the boat safe. All the fish are dead. They're celebrating. Everyone's happy. But then they get a call from one Christopher Lloyd.
He's doing some more research. He's like, oh, I failed to mention.
Yeah, but how do they know that that's all the fish?
They don't.
They're just like, we killed them all.
There's also a million eggs like below the surface.
What about the fish that are currently eating all the people at the other part of the lake? This is like, there's two things going on at once.
I think I know what happened.
Okay,
when they threw Jerry O'Connell in the water, the blood drew the pack.
This guy gets it. We should have him on more often, right, Bri?
I don't think it's the blood. I think it was the Coke.
The Coke drew the fish. So these are Coke fish?
These are Coke fish.
Coke fish.
Now, Bri, when the boat hit the rock, would you say that the rock was alive and moved in front of the boat?
Yeah, I mean, I think
Okay,
those they could have moved. I mean, it would have been probably 0.000000000000001 micrometer.
But it was just in the way of the boat.
Correct.
Okay. See, science change.
Seeing how
Science,
alive
yeah.
those rocks are.
I am a science guy. You know what? I'm starting to buy into these alive rocks theory.
Seriously, I've been saying
You
it for
talk me into
40
things all the
last
time.
40 minutes. I mean,
I'm buying in finally. I'm finally buying in. And you know what I'm buying in on? Christopher Lloyd telling him, I realize these particular type of piranha aren't fully developed. These are just the babies.
it's actually not bad.
And then Adam Scott's like, huh. The babies, huh?
Yeah.
And then a giant fish, which is an ongoing theme with aquatic movies where the aquatic animals just jump out of the water to kill
How
you.
timely. How timely does he get this information that a parent piranha jumps into their boat and take off Adam Scott from the boat into the water?
I feel like towards the end of this movie, they realize, oh shit, Adam Scott's going to get famous. We have to kill him off so we don't need him for the sequel. Like,
Yeah.
Big fish.
He definitely blew up.
He
Big
did.
Fish. Great movie. It's also a catfish though, but it's a great movie.
Great movie, great movie. So that's actually how it ends, right? With Adam Scott just getting taken into the depths.
Yeah, there is no
Davy Jones' locker.
There is a sequel to this actually. I was gonna say there is a Piranha 3DD.
Which is, I guess we'll bring it up, stars the one and only Danielle Panabaker, who Benanti wanted to take her last name for years.
That's true. He liked her because she looks like the kind of girl that would work in a factory, operate heavy machinery. That's just a fact. I know Mike. He likes girls with bandanas, arm up, the whole deal. He likes that whole like grit thing.
They think I'm very progressive.
Wait,
Yeah.
No, look at the oil on the face, like after a hard day's work. He's into
Yeah.
that.
That has
Factory
always been
workers.
Mike's type.
The whole Little Debbie's, the whole thing. He's into it.
Yep.
So with that said, that is Piranha 3D.
Yeah.
I'm going to give this movie the strongest 9 out of 10.
Oh yes, I love this. I go.
Honestly, I thought I was going high, but go
I
ahead.
love
Proceed.
I love this. I'm not faulting you.
I
for
am
it.
100%.
No, I'm faulting you for it.
This movie, I have probably seen close to 10 times now. It is an absolute classic aquatic comedy horror
Is it a
movie.
remake?
Yeah, it is,
Yeah.
of an 80s movie.
There was
It-
2 of them, I think.
There
In the
probably
80s,
was.
Yeah.
This has everything. It's funny. It's bloody. It's titty.
It's sexy.
It's all of it. You know what? Fucking passion bump my review. Passion bump this movie.
Passion Bump. Absolutely right. I mean, Passion Bump. We didn't even talk about the scene where they Passion Bump. I mean, she ruins it because she throws up, but he was like licking her body.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the tequila shots in the stomach is hot until the throw up. Not into that part,
Yeah,
but
she
everything
throws up
else.
like foam, though. It's
Yeah,
weird.
well, because
Well, she's
they
like
might have drank seawater.
underage. By the way, she's underage and just like hanging out and like
Was
hooking
she,
up. With
though?
Yeah,
I think
everyone
she
knows
was 18.
underage girls don't eat, so they just throw up foam.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, I think I have a feeling you know, like you. First of all, I want to call this out. When you drink, because I don't really drink that much, and you take a shot, you have the salt before the shot, right? Not after, or is it after?
I've actually never done one of those shots where you have a lime, salt, and a
Is it
shot.
weird how I'm 31 and I don't know the answer to this question? Because she does it beforehand.
Salt first.
It is salt first?
She does
Okay.
it beforehand. He does it way after.
Yeah.
Takes the shot and then licks the salt and then goes in for the lime, and then she barfs up foam.
Yeah, I've never done one of those shots, so I don't know. So, but Jen, it's always salt first.
Yeah. It's usually salt first.
Yeah, that's
I
what-
like
Good to know,
salt.
good to know.
That's what
I
I thought.
never use
'Cause I thought
salt.
people, do the whole licking of they have the salt on the thumb. That's a whole thing. It's a whole. It's a
A whole ordeal.
Shane likes to
One
put salt
shotter.
in his nose.
No,
Sure.
none of that. But yeah, so like I said, this movie has everything I want.
Do any of you
Hot
guys?
dudes, tight chicks, Jerry O'Connell, 9 out of 10.
I don't snort coke, but I do sometimes put like liquid soap up my nose because if I do that, it cleanses the germs in my body because you breathe in bad air, and like what better way to do that than to snort the soap to clean yourself of the germs?
That sounds like something a crazy person would say.
I've been doing it since I was 13.
Your review.
I got this out of 7.
A little, some would say a little low, but
It's a strong 7. Shane. This
Okay.
movie is great. Entertainment value, it's a fucking 10. I mean, it's
Yeah.
fantastic. It's a ripping good fun. Rocks fucking move. It's fucking great. There's so much coke on Jerry O'Connell's face. Elizabeth Shue I made into a scream queen. It's wonderful. There's the tittery.
Tittery.
Ving Rhames is killing piranhas. He dies, but he really doesn't because that's cool. Same thing with Paul Scheer, I think, or he just survives a bulk of piranhas in the water. it's fantastic. Cheesy, fun, gory, just a good ass time. And like I said, if it was not for just like how, I guess you could say, the inconsistency of the plot, obviously, I would probably give it a higher rating. But it's kind of wild. So.
It's absolutely wild.
But I mean, that's what it works for.
It's wet and wild.
Nice.
Those wild, wild girls.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. And it only gets a 5 because of Good Tits and Living Rocks.
That's true.
Fair.
I don't know. It was
Not
okay. Like I wasn't, the movie itself, I'm not like partial to. I don't think it's amazing, but I've watched this probably my 3rd time watching it. And I don't know, other than the gore, like I'm not really into it. I don't think the story is that great. It's just there. It's just there. It's a movie to me that I would see on Sci-Fi. I'd be like, sure, why not? Nothing else is on. So 5 out of 10.
I own this movie on DVD.
I'm sure you do.
Do you own both of them?
As do I.
No, don't own the second, but I do own this one.
Guess what you're getting for your next birthday?
Yes.
3 double D.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Ooh. Okay, to you.
All right. So I thought I was going high with a 7. But apparently Shane likes to break the ceiling. So
Shane's a boobs guy.
You should have saw what I gave Night of the Demons.
Oh, well, I can't wait.
That had a better story though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
There was vines coming out of a tit.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I love tit vines.
Who doesn't?
All right. So I thought I was giving high rating with a 7, but like, you know, we saw this movie in the theaters when we were younger, and watching it again, it still holds up for me. Like I still thought it was really funny. I still thought it was, you know, entertaining with the kills. It was very scientific. I learned a lot.
Very prehistoric.
Scientifically accurate, just like the human centipede.
Yep. And any movie that has Christopher Lloyd in it just has some real
Wait
depth
till you
to
watch
science.
Tusk.
Yeah. That was a good movie too. Very scientific.
Hate Tusk.
Could this movie found anywhere? I had to pay for this on Amazon.
It was a pay for a movie, so I watched it on DVD.
Yeah.
No, wait, it was on Showtime.
Oh, I watched it on
Yeah, it was on
Showtime.
Showtime. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, it was on Showtime.
I didn't see it on Showtime.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, I watched it
I
on
remember
Showtime.
seeing it there, but I was like, I just got the DVD, so I'll just pop that
If I
in.
have Showtime, I would have watched on there.
Yeah, it was.
You guys need to do more.
Oh yeah, no,
scientific
it was on
research.
Showtime. As another shark movie I had to pay for.
I'm trying to think. Oh, Jaws definitely wasn't
I
anywhere.
had to pay for Deep Blue Sea. Did you watch that somewhere?
Deep Blue Sea was on HBO Max.
Not that one.
Because so Shark Night 3D and Deep Blue Sea are both on HBO Max.
Yeah. Plus they start
Ready or
coming
Not,
out.
I paid for.
Ray or Not is the one I pay for too. Ray or Not was.
Oh, wait,
this-
no,
I knew I paid for
Piranha
one.
3D was on Hulu.
also,
I watched
but with the
it on
Showtime add-on.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So if you have Showtime.
Yeah, no, it was Ready or Not.
Yep.
But let's get back to Mike's review.
Oh no, I'm done.
Oh, 7 out of 10?
7 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the Shark Night was
science.
definitely on HBO Max because I remember being frustrated that my internet wasn't connecting.
Yeah.
Mike, you were high with like fucking Stay Alive at like a 5. Would you give it a 6? 5?
I gave it a 5, I think.
Are you okay?
I give it a 3.
If I remember
To be
correctly.
fair,
that new
I almost
piercing
wanted to
getting to
die
you?
when I remembered Mike
So
gave
is that
it
new
as
piercing
5.
getting into your head?
No, but I'm supposed to be taking Motrin for it, and I have not taken.
You also look like you're supposed to clean it
I cleaned it a little bit. I'm not
cleaned
supposed to touch it for a day or two.
Clean
so-
what?
because it's bleeding.
Your ear?
Yeah.
Oh, let me see.
Thing in
It's
your...
crusty blood. Is there fresh blood in there?
No, but
I don't
you're,
see blood
you're
anymore.
getting a bump. It's on the
Oh.
inside.
It's definitely swollen. That's why he told me to take the Motrin for sure.
Yeah, I know.
So we
That's
got
one
the
of
blood. Now show me your tits.
Yeah, exactly. All right, gentlemen, speaking of Show Me Your Tits, do we have any nominations for the Necronomicon? We can have honorable mention tits during this one if we want, but we do need something next to that.
This movie might have the most kills we've ever had. on
Yeah,
the
there's
podcast.
so fucking many.
And we don't even know them all. We could give it to Scalp Girl.
No, I want to give it to random citizen number 1 that would just fell off a boat.
I'm kind of no.
I like Scalp Girl. I like Eli Roth's death a lot.
Yeah.
I like Ashlyn Brooke, who got sliced in half, but you still saw half of her tit and
Yeah.
half not. Gianna Michaels had a good death. Her tits were out too. A lot of tits.
I don't care, so
Jerry
I'll go
O'Connell's
with whoever
Dicky.
you guys want.
Jerry O'Connell's a good death too. It
was a good death,
slow
yeah.
death.
Yeah,
It's a good death. And you see little Dicky.
This is tough.
So-
Scalp Girl, Jerry O'Connell. Oh, man.
My top 3 were Scalp Girl, Jerry O'Connell, and the girl who gets eaten from the inside all the way up to the mouth.
Riley Steele.
Yeah, Misty.
That would be Crystal.
Misty, yeah. Crystal.
Who do you want to go with? This is actually tough. I actually don't know. Jen,
Yeah.
do you have a...
I
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
just
like
Kelly Brook, too.
Scalp Girl because it was so funny.
Okay.
Everyone else is kind of like, I kind of got used to the piranhas eating everyone, so it wasn't a very impressive death.
Yeah, Scalp Girl's pretty fucking brutal.
Good, so we'll go Scalp
I'm
Girl?
gonna go Scalp Girl.
Shane, can
Scalp
you just
Girl.
roll your 1,000-sided die for everybody who died in this
No.
movie?
but we will go with Scalp Girl.
You honestly, this is an interesting thing because if you watch this, you could actually include Ving Rhames in this list.
Yes, because he technically
Yeah.
dies.
He's dead, dude, and like you would not know he's alive
Right.
until the next movie. So
The
with
only
that,
reason I didn't.
yeah, exactly, because we have that knowledge. But like if we were doing this before,
You would think he's dead, 100%.
You could absolutely
100%.
include him because he is fucking dead.
All right, Shandy boy, do we have a eulogy prepared for Scalp Girl? Do maybe some hair?
I mean, no, but Scalp Girl. You were a blonde girl who was on spring break, and you went there thinking your blonde hair would probably get you laid. Instead, you got scalped, girl.
Oh, might be the shortest eulogy you've ever done.
And I want to go home.
I know. I think I gave one where I just said like 2 words, and I think we ended the eulogy.
Dead.
You could have went a lot of ways with that.
We didn't even know anything about the maid. At least we knew that this one was in college.
Yeah, it's true, but I had more to say for the maid for some reason. Scalp Girl, not much. I kind of enjoyed that though. I think it'll hit. I think it'll do numbers. Is that what the kids say? Do numbers?
No, do
No.
coke.
Okay, that's what the kids are saying. So, Mike, I would say thank you for being on, but we all know we want you dead. So I don't know where to go from here.
Piranhas?
What if we killed him with piranhas?
Mike, thanks for coming. It was a pleasure having you. We'll have you again soon, I'm assuming, because you always love to come on here, even though it's always uninvited. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, my goal is just
thank
to
you
not
again.
be killed before the next time I'm on. So
Thanks
for having me back and not killing me yet.
I think you should be good for that.
This
Well,
month really is gearing up, though.
yes, because
The Summer Shandy is hitting.
yeah, but the Summer Shandy is ending next week.
Sad.
But we are ending with what I think is a banger.
It is a banger.
Yeah. We're ending with the Samuel L. Jackson classic, Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea, the LL Cool J joint.
Yes, LL Cool J classic.
So definitely check that out next week.
Yeah. So with that said, we are the final podcast signing off, and we will see you next week where we give you the perfect recipe for an omelet.
LL Cool J is literally a culinary machine in that movie. It's
He's
fantastic.
incredible.
You are definitely going to want to check us out every Monday and do so on www.thefinalpodcast.com where you get all of the goodies. Follow us on the social media platforms there. Please check us out our videos. And I think we do have every single episode on there. So check us out. See you next week.